Hey, thanks for stopping by. I am Terry from Terrific Cards, and I'm really happy that you are interested in learning how to make your own gift bags. So, making gift bags is so easy. Once you get started, once you learn how to do it, you can rock them out in no time at all. So, I'm going to show you how to do that. And so I wanted to let you know right now I'm using a 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper. And so making your own gift bags is a great way to showcase those fabulous designer series papers. And you can make them in different sizes. So for the 12 by 12 that I'm using, all you're going to do is to make different sizes, you're going to manipulate some of the measurements on there, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And the other thing that you can also do is change the size of the paper. So if you want to make little tiny cute gift bags, you would do that by cutting your paper into 6 by 6 pieces. So let me change cameras here. And there we go. All right, so this is the paper that I'm using. It's 12 by 12, and you need 2 sheets. All right, so you're going to use 2 sheets, and if you're doing a 6 by 6, you are going to use 2 6 by 6 sheets. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm using my scoreboard, and I'm going to make a gift bag that I'm going to score at 3 inches on the left side. All right. Let's turn it over and we'll score on the back side. So this is a single-sided DSP sheet, and you can use double-sided as well. And I'll show you what I mean when I do this. So I'm going to score at 3 inches, and then I'm going to score at 9 inches. Okay, so that's 3 inches from either side. Then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score on the bottom of the sheet 3 inches. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it so that on the top of the sheet, I am scoring at 1 inch. Oops, I'm off track there a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the 1 inch on the top is going to give me a border. So for this one, let's score both of them and then so I'm going to once again score at 3 inches, at 9 inches. I'm going to turn it around and score at 3 inches on the bottom. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to score at 1 inch on the top. Okay. So there we go. We've got all of our score lines. You can see them there. Right. Oh, let's move this scoreboard out of the way because we are done with that. Okay. So then we have our 2 pieces. This is our bottom here. You can see the larger score lines on both. I'm going to take one of these pieces and I am going to cut out these squares. I don't know if you can hear my puppy wandering around in the background here, throwing her bone around. All right, so I'm going to cut out these 2 corner squares. Now I want to do this just on one of the sheets. I'm going to cut it on the score lines. And a good trick for doing this as well to get your straight cuts is if you use a paper trimmer. So if you don't have a scoreboard, you can use your paper trimmer for scoring, and you can also use it for cutting these little pieces. All you're going to do is line up on the 3-inch lines and then trim it. All right. Oh, so now I've got this piece. So that is piece number 1. Let's set that aside and bring in piece number 2. We don't want to do the same thing on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to cut just slits. So I want to cut just across here until I get to that score line right there. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to cut from this side. I'm going to cut from that score line right there. All right, so there we go. Now I have 2 flaps. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to move it up. So part of it's on my camera here, but we are going to adhere this piece to the bottom. So if you notice, this piece here fits right into this rectangle right there. Hold it over here, and I'm using tear tape. This holds really well when you're making things like gift bags, so I like to use it for this. Right. Okay, so then we are just going to line that up in there. There we go, easy peasy. Now, if you really want to, before you adhere these 2 pieces together, you can cut a piece of cardstock or a piece of cardboard and just put it between these 2 pieces, and that'll give you a more stable bottom if you need that. All right. The cardstock, the 2 pieces of cardstock is actually pretty stable as it is, but just in case you want that little bit of extra. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold on all my score lines. So I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to burnish those, every single one of them. Okay, so this is the bottom of my bag. Make sure all these pieces are straight. Okay. Harley is chewing away on her bone under my desk here at my feet. Okay. It's done. I'm not scoring the top yet because I want to show you what I'm going to do with those. Okay. So this is the score line, the 1-inch score line at the top of the bag. Oops, sorry, it's kind of out of camera view there. All right, so this piece here, I'm going to burnish it, but I'm going to do it in. So because this is one-sided DSP, single-sided, I am going to fold that inside of the bag. Now what you can do if it's double-sided, and I'll show you that, is you could actually fold it this way. So it's going to give you a little bit of a border at the top of your bag. And I don't want that on this bag because it's white paper on that side. So I'm actually going to fold that. Okay. So I'm going to do the same with this. Now, as I was saying at the top of the video, you can make different sizes of bags. So for this one, I scored it at 3 inches on the 3 sides, and then I scored it at 1 inch on the top. You can manipulate those sizes to make whatever size bag you want. So just remember that your sides and your bottom should be the same the same measurements. All right, so whatever you're using, if you want to cut that down to 2, or you want to do 4, you're going to end up with a fatter or shorter bag, or you can do it with the 2 inches will be a taller, but not as deep bag. So just remember that when you're doing. So then I'm going to take my top part. So this is my top border. That's the 1-inch score. And I'm just going to put some, okay. So I apologize, but this is like having a toddler in my house. And I put my scoreboard on the chair that I have beside my desk. And she likes to sit on that chair. So she is poking at the scoreboard because she doesn't want it there. So, excuse me, take a second to move that for her. Now she can look out the window and be happy. All right. And when I say toddler, I mean a 1.5-year-old puppy. Okay. So there's one. Turn this around. We'll do the other side. Oops. It got away from me there. That's okay. I just want a tiny bit of tape right here. There we go. All right. Oops. Okay. I'm going to fold that in. Okay. So now I'm just going to refold this because I doubled up on our fold there with the border. So I just want to make sure that the top little bit is crisp. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to put this bag together. Okay. So when I did this, I don't know how well you can see this, but when I put the bottom pieces together, there is an edge there. So that's where the 2 pieces are combined. So I want that little edge where you can see the seam of the papers. I want that towards the back. So that is going to be the back of my bag. Okay, so I'm going to set that up that way. So now the other thing that I want is when I'm folding in my sides, I want the seam of the one showing on the outside of the bag to be at the back as well. All right, so when I do that, we're going to set this up. Okay, so these 2 pieces here, these are our little flaps. We're going to put some tape on those. Fold those a little bit better. They seem to be sticking out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put some tape on these. And these are what's going to hold our sides and bottom together. All right. And then, as I said, I want this folding towards the back. So I want these pieces on the outside. So that means that this piece is going to come up on the inside. Okay, so that I'm going to take this and I'm going to put adhesive right there. Turn this way so it's easier. I love my tear tape. Okay. All right, there we go. So now we've got adhesive on this side, and the two flaps. Now we're just going to put everything together. So I am going to take the backing off of the tape on these two pieces here. Okay, and then we're just going to manipulate these into place. And I want to try to get them as neat as possible here. There we go. Okay, so I've lined that up so that it's right along there. Now we've got this one over here. Probably could have waited to take the backing off of this one until I got the other one here, but it worked out, so that's okay. There we go. Okay, there's a start of our bag. Now we've got these other two pieces. We're going to take them off. And I do, for me, I like to take off the tear tape on both of the flaps, on both of the sides, at the same time, just because I find it hard to get into the bag once one of the sides is on, to get that tear tape off. So I like to take them off and then I just be careful when I'm doing it. So this is all about what works for your hands and how you're doing it, all right? So then we are going to take this and we're going to carefully line it up right there on the inside. Go. Just make sure that that is nice and crisp. And then we got the other side. Like I said, just carefully line that one up. There we go. All right. You have a gift bag. That's it. It is so simple. Once you, like I said, once you've done a few, you get the hang of it and they are so quick to make. Now, all I want to do is I'm going to add a tag to this. So this is a tag that I have made previously. So I'm just going to take off the dimensional backings on here. Right, and then I'm going to put this tag on here. Just there we go. So you just want to pop a tag on there, and now you've got a gift bag ready to go. The other thing with these is that if you are making them, you want to add some tissue paper that that matches your bag. You can go ahead and take some white tissue paper and put a spritz bottle, put some re-inker into a spritz bottle, about 10 drops or so, and some alcohol. Now, I like alcohol, rubbing alcohol, because it dries a lot faster and it doesn't wet the paper like water does. So, and then you're just going to spritz that and set it aside and let it dry, and then you can pop it in your gift bag. So there we go. That's our gift bag. Okay. I hope you like that. And I hope you stop by again soon. Thanks. Have a great day.